I just picked up this copy of Strider off of eBay. It's got some ink on it. It's got some numbers written on it, and we're going to try to clean this one up. Hopefully this is a quick one. This is a Retrocart rescue. So this one came in and it's got like 76 and 95 written all over it here in Sharpie. It's in these grooves on this one, in like this like grippy section, for the lack of a better term. It's also got, there used to be a sticker on here. I don't know if you can see that little bit of sheen there. We're going to get that cleaned up too. I don't know what 76 or 95 could have been. Maybe birthdays? I'm not sure on this one. But this one looks like it's been cleaned up a little bit, but we'll get this nice and clean, get it back to its glory. Let's jump on back to the service desk, see if we can clean this one up. All right, so we're gonna try to get this copy of Strider cleaned up here. I'm gonna start out with some isopropyl alcohol, 99% isopropyl alcohol. I'm gonna get that on this ink, kind of let it soak in, work it around, and then I'm gonna move over to some magic eraser. Now be careful with magic eraser on something like this because it does have that little bit of contour on it, a little bit of like stippling on here. We don't want to work on that too hard because like magic eraser is going to be a really low grade sandpaper and it is going to take that off if we rub too long and too hard on that.
What?
So what we're going to do is I'm going to start off with, again, just a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. 99% isopropyl alcohol is what I have here. Make sure you have the good stuff because you don't, especially if you're going to put it inside of your cartridge, you don't want to hit it with stuff that's not going to leave any moisture, like water moisture on there. So what I'm going to do is this one looks like it's already been worked once. This one looks like they got rid of that 76 once already. I'm guessing these are birthdays or something. Oh, this is coming off nicely here. This is kind of where I'm worried about, is right here, just because it is in those grooves. I don't know if I'll get it all out of those grooves, but we'll get that nice and soaked in with this. Really get some isopropyl alcohol on that. I should take this apart is what I should do. No! We're gonna take this apart, I think. I really hope this is really quick and easy clean. Oh yeah, this doesn't look too bad. This looks like it has maybe been cleaned before or attempted to be cleaned. You can see that there, but we're gonna do a bit of a better job on that when we get to that point. All right, now I'm gonna continue with what I was doing. So I'm gonna let these soak in this, kind of let that flash off. Flash off will be that light ends of that isopropyl alcohol turning into vapor. And I find that if you kind of just let it soak a bit, let it flash off like that, it seems that chain reaction kind of takes away some of that bond that has on there. I don't know if that's true. It's just what I find. If I put some on there and let it sit, don't scrub it off. Like, don't wipe that off. Just let that sit. Work that into that a little bit. Let that sit for a split second. We'll get this. That's a giant 95 on the back. All right, so now that that is kind of soaked a bit, take a little bit of magic eraser, get it a little bit damp here. Don't want to get it too damp on something like this. And then very lightly, I'm gonna rub this. No pressure at all. Just like the weight of my hand, basically. Front side's coming out real good. Whatever they used for that Sharpie for the 95 is definitely holding a little better than whatever they used for the 76. Get Get that cleaned out too while we're in here. Now, I've heard Strider's a really good game. I've never played Strider, so I'm excited for this one. If you have memories of Strider, or you know something about Strider, maybe a tip for me, leave that in the comments. This one on the back, that is not coming off easy. This 95 here looks like it's definitely seen some scrubbing before. Whoever wanted to get 76 off there definitely put out on that. All right, so that was definitely a lot easier than some of the other ones we've dealt with. So we'll get this cleaned up real good. All right, so we got that all cleaned up. We got those off of there. That looks pretty good. This one definitely had a bit, somebody definitely tried to clean this one before. There's a little bit of residue on that one. This is all cleaned up too. There's a little bit left of residue on that though. Give that a wipe down and let it sit. So we're all cleaned up there. It looks pretty good. There's a little bit left on this, but these look pretty good. And we will now clean this board up real quick and in a hurry. Just gonna hit it with some Bright Boy. The really mild brass polisher type thing. I know you're not supposed to use brass, but you know what? I would rather have it clean and working than not working at all. So we're just gonna give that a quick scrub, get rid of some of that tarnish off of there. On both sides. Just that wear and tear that it's seen. Get that cleaned up. We'll get it back together. And that'll be it. We'll throw it in the system, turn it on, and we'll be laughing. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna hit it with some isopropyl alcohol just to clean these up real good. Now you can use something like this. This is a 1-up card. Dry side, wet side, you put some fluid on there, stick it in the cartridge like this. Scrub with the alcohol, flip it around, use the dry side to dry that off. Right like that. If I'm using these, I'm using them like the game's cleaned already. I've done all this and it might have a little bit of dust on it. Just clean that dust off real quick. But that's what that is. That's 1-up card. You can find those all over the place. 1upcard.com. You can find something like that. And people make their own. I might make my own just to hand out. If you are looking for more content on cleaning games, stuff like that, John Riggs has a really cool, it's kind of what inspired me to do this, because I had a copy of Dragon Warrior that would not work at all. I watched some of John Riggs' videos, his open cart surgery videos, kind of learned how to clean these and make them so they're good and usable, and I can just throw it in the system. Don't have to worry about anything. He has a really good channel. Link will be in the description for John. Check out John Riggs. Awesome guy, awesome channel. We're gonna throw this back together and then we will throw it in the system and see what it looks like. All right, we're back together. Let's jump over to the system and let's check out Strider. I'm really excited for this one. This one's gonna be really cool. right, well, that's Strider all cleaned up. Again, there was a little bit of wear on the front from whoever they tried to scrub. Looked like there was 76 written on there, and they tried to scrub it off, and they wrote 95 on top of it. The Sharpie they wrote 95 with was definitely a stronger Sharpie than the 76, other than the part where it was in like these grooves here. On the back, you can see there's a little bit of wear from me trying to get that cleaned off. But you know what? It's Strider. It plays. Seems like a really cool game. I'm really excited to check it out some more. That's a quick Retrocart rescue. I was awesome on this one. Did I rescue it 100%? Maybe not, because I definitely did a little bit of wear on the back. Did I learn from doing this one? Yeah. Will I maybe not be able to do that on a more expensive game now? Yeah, definitely. Well, that is going to be Retrocart Rescue of Strider. Check it out if you haven't.